Hi everyone, it's Leanne, and as you can see from my red dress, today is Valentine's Day. If you're watching this today and thinking, oh no, I don't have a gift for insert name here, then I've got a quick last minute dessert you can whip up in no time. Okay, let's go. You only need 5 main ingredients: whipping cream, paper wrapped cake, fresh strawberries, some heart-shaped cookie cutters. I got mine from Daiso and it came in 5 different sizes, and fresh mint leaves. Those are optional. That's it. We're going to start with the whipping cream. If you are really pressed for time, you can buy store-bought whipping cream, but if you want your special someone to be really impressed, fresh whipping cream is actually really easy to make and tastes just a little bit better. Plus, you get the bragging rights from saying you did it from scratch. For 1 cup of whipping cream, we're going to be adding 3 tablespoons of sugar. It's gonna make more than enough for 1 cake, but of course you can't have enough whipping cream around. Next, we're going to take an electric hand mixer and whip the cream for around 3 minutes until it starts to look foamy. Feel free to whip more or less depending on the consistency that you want. For just 1 cup of whipping cream, you can do this manually, but since I have an electric mixer at home, the process is a lot easier. After 3 minutes, this is what my whipping cream looks like. Doing a little taste test and approving it. Next, we're going to cut up the strawberries for filling and sauce. Have to wash them first. Time to chop, chop, chop. After patting the strawberries dry, we're going to be cutting them 3 ways, into slices, chunks, and then little tiny pieces as garnish. Doesn't this one look a little like a heart? Try to cut the pieces as thinly as possible because it's going to go in the center of the cake and the paper wrapped cake is already pretty tall. All done! I chose paper wrapped cakes because they are common in Asian bakeries. As you can see, I got this from Pine House Bakery. They are relatively cheap, a little more than $1 or $1 depending on where you get them. They're super light and spongy, and I wanted something small and dainty enough for 1 person. They're also super delicious already, so that's half the battle won. Here is where we encounter a tricky part in the cake making process. It just wouldn't be a Valentine's Day cake without making it into a heart. We're going to start by carefully peeling the paper wrapper and hoping we don't break it. Phew! Okay, then, because the top is all lumpy, we're going to cut that off to make the layers even. So smooth! Next, we're going to cut the remainder of the cake into 2 even parts. I should have used a sharper knife because I was a little worried about squishing the cake at this point. Ta-da! Now we measure and see which heart shape is the perfect size. Once we found the right size, we're going to cut into the cake until we get the shape that we want. Don't be afraid that your cake is a little squished in this step because the middle is still free, it will bounce right back. Now it's time to spread the whipped cream. We're going to start with a little bit in the center so the strawberries stick. Don't forget to layer the top layer too. It's okay if the plate looks a little messy at this point because you're going to wipe it at the end. Now we're going to be putting our finely diced strawberries on top. You can either focus it on the center or have it on the top layer completely. The remainder chunks of strawberries we're going to put into a pot with a little bit of water and sugar and boil into a sauce. I'm occasionally stirring as it cooks on medium heat. This strawberry sauce is actually an altered version of YouTube channel Food Wish's fresh raspberry sauce recipe. His channel is full of amazing recipes and I urge you to check it out. I'll put a link to his raspberry sauce video in the description box below. You'll know the sauce is almost done as the berries dissolve away. It's a lot redder in person, my camera just isn't picking it up very well. Since there is so much mint leaves, I added 2 into the sauce for extra flavoring. The sauce looks like it's ready now, so next we're going to strain it so we don't get the seeds and unsolved bits. Another tip from Chef John at Food Wishes. Make sure you scrape the bottom too, that's where the good bits are. All done! Taking the delicious sauce we made, we're going to pour that into the bottom of the dish to form a little pool for the cake to sit in. The final step to making this cake extra pretty, we're going to put a little piece of mint leaf on top. Dun 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 dun! Finished product! Time to taste test. The tartness of the strawberries, the sweetness of the cream, and the fluffiness of the sponge cake give this dessert the perfect harmony, and I like that it's not too filling or heavy either. Happy Valentine's Day! Please subscribe and I'll see you next video.